Good morning from Yami BTV. Wishing you all well, sending plenty of love your way and hoping your day starts off in the best possible fashion. Now, this case I'm highlighting now reminds me of someone. Guess who? Me, right? Well, on a couple of particular occasions during my ex-criminal career, right? Geezer called Bolden and Knight, right? Oldish kind of geezers in their 40s with a lot of previous convictions, right? Decide to rob a service station with a gun and a knife. So as you see in the thumbnail, very dramatically done, standing on the counter and blah 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 blah. Now they are in there about 2 minutes and get away with 900 quid's worth of fags, right? Why does it remind me of me? Because remember I had a set of robberies in 95. I got not guilties on about 25 robberies, right? We talked about that case before. And I got 8 years on smaller crimes. So what was left, three separate things. I got 8 years, three separate small sentences to run consecutive. Now, Bolden and Knight appear at Chelmsford Crown Court, and Knight gets 4.5 years for the robbery. Bolden gets 4.5 years, but he's got another outstanding case of a public order offence, and he gets 3 years consecutive on top of his 4.5 years, right? But all right, mine were robbery sprees, the ones in 2000s, the year 2000. So probably about 8 or 10 robberies at that time as well, with some bargaining at the Old Bailey, where they left 20 on the side if I went guilty, but I wanted to go not guilty again, but the evidence was too strong, right? In court number 3. Mine were all jump overs in the middle of the night, extreme measures for short pay, right? So when I got to Belmarsh, right, I was showing all the great armed robbers, so to speak, my paperwork, my statements. They were saying to me, all that running about for a few weeks late at night for short pay, Yami. You would have been better off going Bond Street and robbing a big-time jewellers. You would have got the same sentence. Because remember, I got 12 years plus more license to run consecutive like I did on every sentence, for goodness sake. A complete waste of time. I didn't win at all, really, because obviously you can see with Bolden and Knight, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Many robbers of all kinds, not just banks, vans, security vans, service stations, petrol stations, off licenses. For those smaller ones, it would seem that, through my experience, that you're just thinking of that moment, that you're just thinking you must be on drugs or something, that you want to do something really quickly to get any amount of money. But there's little planning. You don't know exactly how much money you're going to get, but you are desperate for money, right? They got a right result, mate. I'm telling you. All right, mine's a crime spree, which is probably why I got more. Yeah. But with a gun, I got consecutive for my firearm at the Bailey. They got concurrent. So they've done pretty well there, really. The only thing is, you'd have been better off waiting for your universal credit when you're thinking of doing such crimes, because it definitely doesn't pay, and crime doesn't pay anyway. And all the robbers I met in my lifetime, whether they got big money or not, it's an adrenaline rush as well. Because it's the thrill of doing it, that once you, even if you've got 20, 30 grand and 100 grand, and your lifestyle improves for some time, well, right, if you get away with it, of course, because there are many armed robbers that go on their first bit of graft, work, so to speak, to rob and get nicked. And they put their whole life on the line for that one moment, but you didn't get the money, you still go to prison, and you don't, you're in a worse position than when you were skinned, when you decided to go rob. So it's not every armed robber that has a great run. There obviously there was, where you get that money, but you still, it's easy come, easy go. So then you'll always think, well, let me go and do another one then. Let me go and do another one. It's the law of the beast. It's the nature of the beast with habitual criminals, that even if you had a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years out of spending money, unless of course you're investing it with your robbery money, but most of the ones I met were just out and out armed robbers. that you get your money, and even if you do invest it and put it away, there's still that thought and feeling inside an armed robber that we could always just go and do one more, and you only need to get nicked once, and it's curtains and game over anyway. And even if you've got the big money, so to speak, right? I'm going somewhere with this. Even if you've got the big money, you still got to hide it. You still got to think. You got to plan. Very difficult. Even in the old days, to get away, you could get away with robberies, but they all, even when there weren't CCTV and all that, you still used to get nicks. So they said, yeah, but it's easier to get nicks now and all that. But even in the old days, you still many great so-called armed robbers still managed to find himself in prison. Now, the smaller ones, when you lie on your bed, when I used to lie on my bed during that 12, 13 years, and we know that I served nearly every day of that, I used to think, I gained absolutely nothing. It was a complete waste of time. All of it is a waste of time at the end of the day for the robbery game. But it's bad, isn't it? The things that you'll do. There's men inside prison that murdered someone for £10. Whether you was out your nut or whether you was desperate or not, when you lie on your bed in prison, you will be thinking, well, I throw my whole life away because I needed a little bit of money to go and buy. It's very, very dangerous, slippery slope to get on. So the thought for today, I suppose, as we open up this morning, obviously it brings back with that, but for all that they said to me, this is a muggy turnout, yeah, you're brave and you got a bottle and Gary Staggs and all that, right? And all the rest of them. Yeah, I mean, it's a muggy turnout, though, mate. Yeah, but you could have done that. You didn't need to go nuts like that. In fact, you're just hanging yourself because you're doing the same things every night. When they know that the same person is going to be doing that kind of stuff, because it's all in a short space of time. So, you're giving them the chance to get you anyway. But after all, you lot were still in there as well, though, with your big robberies, with that money and all, and you got a few quid and all that, but it's not going to last while you're in there, is it? It's never going to be enough. It never will do. But coming up shortly, some more videos today. Have a blessed day.